Sharon. So I run a company called Augmented Vacancies, which is using augmented reality and video CV to help other young people to find jobs when I go out and about. So I set up AV while I was still a student, but at that time I didn't know what entrepreneur means, and I didn't know how to run a business. So it's been a long journey for me to set up and run a business. So today I am in a mission of helping other young people, helping other students to succeed, whether or not to find a good career or maybe be an entrepreneur.
Hi Sharon, it was really amazing your talk today, and you start talking about team.
Yeah.
You know there is a quotation about teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
So there is a question. How we choose our team if we want to start a business?
It's really, really hard. And as a recruiter at this moment, one of the key things are all the companies looking for is to hire the best talent. But hiring the best talent, building a team is really a two-way process. It's not so much about you as an employer picking the employee to work for you, but as an employee to pick who you are, they want to work with you as well. So I mentioned earlier in the talk, if you have a good culture, if you have a good communication with your team, you know, automatically you can find the good people that can work with you, you know, side by side. And I think in the UK, we are lack of the engineering, we are lack of CTO, we are lack of the developers. Finding a good developer that can work with you, that is a really a challenge at the moment. But it doesn't mean that. So depending, so let's say if as a startup, I spoke to lots of people, I spoke to lots of investors. One of the key things I'm looking at is really the formation of your team. We normally have like two people. One is a CTO if you are involved in a tech, and one is a founder. So if you can't have a CTO in place, or if you haven't really got a good developer in place, then you might need to think about the structure of, you know, your business, whether it's worth taking it to the next step.
Good. In what direction is the IT job market moving towards?
In what direction the IT job market is moving towards? I think, you know, despite the fact that innovation is quite strong in the UK at the moment, but compared to other countries such as Singapore, you know, Pakistan, India, a lot of the startup, a lot of the companies still outsource the development to the company outside the UK. I think it's actually picking up now, but I don't think we are there yet in terms of the coding, in terms of a development skill. There are still a lot of us, you know, there are still a long way to learn from it. But I think it's getting, you know, sort of like more, it's getting serious and more serious that we need developers in the UK.
It's actually, during your talk, you mentioned that you are here to help students. So we have a related question about it. In your opinion, what sector would be more beneficial to students in the future?
What sectors? Well, it depends really. I mentioned that earlier. If that's not something you enjoy doing, doing it. If you can turn a business from your hobby, that's great. So I think it's really down to the personality. Again, you know, if you're more comfortable with £5, stick to the £5 job. If you're more comfortable for the £1 million, then by all means, you know, take the challenge. I don't think there is a solid answer to the questions, and I think that's really down to your personality, depending on the student. And I also think, you know, if you are a young person, start from young, go out there, learn from it, because one door leads to the other. Perhaps your first business is about, I don't know, internet or things, but that might lead to something else. But by all means, take it, because life is a journey. It's all about for you to learn anyway.
Good. Just one last question. What are your company long-term ambition, and where do you see it going on the future?
I'm quite an ambitious person, so it's a small application at the moment, but it's in a global mission at the moment. So I see AV and myself develop to a global, to the world, given the fact that my background, coming from international background. I've got a lot of partners outside the UK as it is, even still quite small at the moment. So how I see AV develop is in a global mission. So I'm aiming to further develop to the Asian market, to the EU market as well, because it's a technology-based company. I don't see there's no reason for not being able to achieve to that goal.
Great, and we appreciate your time and thank you very much to be here today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.